we go! He's off again, the history maker, off in pursuit of the legend this time of Eddy Merckx, who won on this mountain in 1972 in the Maglia Rosa, and that's the difference between Pogacar and everybody else in this bike race.
Tadej Pogacar was picking off the riders, bit by bit. Eventually,
this Giro d'Italia is so emphatically his that it's almost ridiculous. Tadej Pogacar, the destroyer of dreams, the writer of history, and the winner.
And there we go. This is the attack. Pogacar puts on the power. Vingegaard, immediate reaction. Closing in, he looks behind to see what the situation is, and he's unable to close the gap on Pogacar.
Maintenant deux courants en tête, deux coéquipiers, le 18 à le Bielitz accompagné de Tadej Pogacar. Le maillot jaune, Ben Healy a été repris et distancé.
Tadej Pogacar at the top of the climb of Pla d'Ardèche. He is going to win this stage, stage 14. The yellow jersey, Tadej Pogacar, comes round the final turn and he has dealt a hammer blow to the hopes of Vingegaard.
Remained when Tadej Pogacar took off. 5.5 Ks from the top and then a long descent to the finish. He closed the gap, ran 40 seconds when he went very, very quickly, and he's increasing his lead in the general classification. Ahead and about to go into a superb position over the final summit, the last of the Giro giants conquered by the main man from Slovenia. Descending, not taking any chances, and trying to hold that to... And barring incident or accident on the roads of Rome, Tadej Pogacar will win the Giro d'Italia by almost 10 minutes. A sixth stage win for him in a single Giro. That's more than even Eddy Merckx. And then a disaster for Tadej Pogacar, or it could have been. He went down, he was okay, all that caused by a front wheel puncture, but with 11, there would be no panic from Pog, as his team really got to work. UAE Emirates were looking mightily strong once again. 4.5 kilometres remained, hardest section out the way, and Pogacar zoomed. And Narvaez knew by this point he was not going to keep the race lead. It had been a big ask for him anyway. And Tadej Pogacar turning up to the Giro d'Italia, having his own Europa moment, pulling on, it's down. A stage win and a big moment for him, but a huge moment for Pogacar, who on stage 2.
And yes, it is. We get the attack. Vingegaard attacks its wheel, but Vingegaard's trying to up it a little bit more. And here's the attack. And Pogacar now strikes, and this is the moment that Tadej Pogacar is going to put Jonas Vingegaard to the side. Heads now to the top of Plata de Bay. The Giro Tour double is on. This is a pivotal moment in the Tour de France. Tadej Pogacar, 14th stage win in his career. Jonas Vingegaard tried all day. He put his team on the front. He gave it a huge effort to try and make this stage his own. In the end, a moment of weakness capitalised by Tadej Pogacar. Here goes the attack. Tadej Pogacar now starts to up the tempo. The signal was there, and he's already opening up a few metres. Coming across to him is Carapaz. He's just disappeared up the road, and Carapaz is with him, and Carapaz is suffering to stay on the wheel as Pogacar now ramps it up again. Look at the face of Richard Carapaz. He's hauling his way to the top of La Redoute, but the gap is there just a little bit. Can he stay there, or is Pogacar just going to ride away? Carapaz is just ridden away from everyone. The Slovenian superstar, Pogacar, wins his 6th monument of his career and his 2nd Liege-Bastonge-Liege. Pogacar has destroyed the attack of Tadej Pogacar. This is the moment. Vingegaard reacts straight away. Pogacar starts the assault to try and take the yellow jersey for good. Vingegaard has found his limit. Pogacar has asked the big question: do you have it or do you not? And right now Vingegaard is struggling to stay with the Slovenian, who glances around, and now he wants to put the sword.
Le 11, Pogacar 20 points et 8 secondes de bonification.
Security, UAE closed the group.
Valois. Tadej Pogacar comes into Valois. He's fighting for time. The Slovenian superstar takes his 12th stage win in a Tour de France in his career.
A group of GC contenders, and here he comes. There they are, the catch, the attack. The script is written, it's preordained. Pogacar goes.
Well, some would say that this was an early time to make a breakaway, but after his performance in the World Championships, everyone knew that this could be the moment the race was won. On Sormano, Pogacar started to open up his lead, building it to over 1 minute by the time he reached the descent.
Pogacar brings the curtain down triumphantly on 2024, a year that will be forever his year. And in Lombardia, his race, his story, history. Tadej Pogacar closes it all out, comes to a halt, takes a bow, lifts his bike aloft. He is one of the greatest, if not the greatest racer this sport has ever seen.
Wellens pulling things on the front, the rain lashing down, biblical conditions for a very special rider. Tadej Pogacar did make his move then and left spectators open-mouthed. Quickly pulling out 30 seconds, nobody able to react behind. And having seen this was a performance so brutally good that it killed the competition and at times the spectacle. But nevertheless, it was something to remember. Pogacar with a performance for the history books. A chance to celebrate, realise what he'd done, and after he climbed Via Santa Caterina smiling, the place where normally it's a launch pad for those to really take their career to the stratosphere. He'd already done that previously. This was something extra special. 5 hours, 19 minutes as he crossed.
Here goes the Slovenian superstar. Pogacar has absolutely flown now on this climb. On the climb of Wittiken, he looks around. Here comes the counter-attacks. Pogacar has decided with 100 kilometers to go, it's time to explode the World Championships. Here he goes again, the attack of Pogacar. Now he launches early on the climb. Sivakov has to swing out of the line, and he's trying to stay on the wheel. The power, the absolute sheer power that this rider produces. And now he goes.
That's too much.
51.6 kilometers to go, and Pogacar simply rides away from the rest of the field. Silver medal. He's done it with pure class and absolute style. An historic day, triple crown, Tadej Pogacar, world champion. That's the bronze.